Ron, like I told you, you are here as a suspect. I'd love to hear your side of the story until you tell me what happened in there.
I just knew things were going to get ugly. I didn't think that nobody's going to get shot.
Yes.
Do I have to sign this?
Yeah.
No, I did definitely want to avoid it.
Okay.
And they started fist fighting, and I ran out the door.
Just hours ago, this woman, Angelique Campbell, and her boyfriend Darren Gills took the life of 25-year-old Jordan Boxley. Now, they think they can get away with it, all until one of them breaks.
We have the text message of you offering to set him up.
It's my fault.
And as Angelique turns on Darren, detectives will discover a series of clues that prove what happened to Jordan was no simple accident.
Duran really wanted me to stop him, not kill him. He wasn't supposed to shoot him.
What you told us today, is that true or is that a lie?
In the early morning hours of June 12, 2021, police in Galveston County, Texas, received a frantic 911 call from Angelique Campbell. She claimed that her baby daddy, Darren Gills, had shot her ex, Jordan Turney Boxley. When police arrived at Angelique's trailer, they discovered 25-year-old Jordan deceased from a single gunshot wound. Jordan was a kind, gentle soul who had just earned a bachelor's degree in finance. He was eager to get into real estate and spend every free second with his large family, who he loved. But tragically, that chance was taken from him. Detectives quickly brought Angelique and Darren in for questioning to find out why. The following footage was provided to us by the Galveston County Sheriff's Department.
Today's date is Saturday, June the 12th, 2021. The time is 5:59 a.m. I am Detective Rimmer with Galveston County Sheriff's Office, Criminal Investigation Division. Also with me,
It's Detective Angelique, also with Criminal Investigation Division.
if you would introduce yourself with your name and your date of birth, please.
I'm Angelique Campbell. My date of birth.
We're here on case number 21-00002515, which is a homicide that occurred overnight tonight. We are at the Crystal Beach substation in Crystal Beach, Texas. Angelique, what is your address? You don't know it?
I just moved there like 4 or 5 months ago.
Do you know what the street name is?
West Canal.
West Canal. And do you know your trailer number?
I think it's 5 or 6.
5 or 6? Okay.
Sorry.
So if the property owner said 6, that would be accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. And who currently lives in that trailer with you?
Just me and my daughter.
That's right. Angelique here has a 3-year-old daughter, the result of her 4-year on-again, off-again relationship with Darren Gills. Though she'll explain their relationship is stable, in reality, it was anything but, with several breakups throughout the course of their young relationship. Oh, and a murder. Not exactly what I'd call a fairy tale ending.
Angelique, you called 911, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what happened this morning that caused you to call 911?
I had it's an ex-boyfriend, but he's not recent. I haven't been with him for over 4 years before I got with the father of my child.
What's his name?
Duran Gills.
Duran Gills?
Yes.
Okay.
I let Jordan Boxley, he wanted to stay the night at my house, but I told him he couldn't because Duran works there.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be there roughly around 8 in the morning.
Just to clarify it for the video, Duran Gills is the father of your child?
Yes, that's all.
And your recent ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
And Jordan Boxley is an old boyfriend?
Yes, but he's like constantly kind of kept in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
So we still talked or whatever.
Okay.
So he wanted to stay the night, and I told him he couldn't. He stayed the night about 2 weeks ago, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I told him he couldn't stay the night, but he can come over. He didn't get there till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was ready to go to sleep.
This morning?
He had in his head he was staying the night, so I was like, okay, just make sure you're gone in the morning. He said he had to work at 7 in the morning.
2 o'clock this morning?
Yes, 2 o'clock this morning. He said that he had to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so he would be gone before Duran got there.
Okay.
He wanted to smoke when he first got there. I was ready to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to smoke. I had already smoked. But
what does he want to smoke?
Weed.
And did he bring that with him?
Yes.
Okay.
And he actually rolled a blunt and then lit the blunt, and came out of the bedroom and I came and smoked with him.
Mm-hmm.
After we were finished smoking the blunt, I had a twisted tea I was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I finished drinking it. I was ready to go lay back down. Again, I already told him I was tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was trying to go to the room, but he started kissing on me and touching on me. And he started kind of, and I felt uncomfortable and I asked him to stop. I told him that I wasn't in the mood. Yes. Mm-hmm. I told him I wasn't in the mood. And he kind of himself on me, he still kept touching me. And he started pushing me to the bedroom. Well, he got me to the bedroom. He's obviously stronger than I am. And I just kept telling him I don't understand why we can't go to sleep and maybe do it before you go to work in the morning, you know? I was not in the mood at all. He laid me on the bed and he didn't lay me on the bed. He pushed me against the bed. I wasn't laying all the way on the bed. I was leaning up against the bed, and he still was trying to touch me. And as he was in the process of that, he didn't ever do that, but as he was in the process of that, I could hear the door unlocking, and Duran walked in, and he was like, "What are y'all doing?" And he went to go and pull Jordan off of him, and Jordan turned around and he swung on him. But he got Jordan off of me. Jordan turned around and swung on Duran, and they started fist fighting, and I ran out the door.
Okay.
If you're going to give detectives a scripted response, the least you can do is throw a little acting in there. Angelique, however, seems totally unfazed by an ex-boyfriend reportedly putting his hands on her, and another ex-boyfriend then attacking the first one. I don't know about you, but even having 2 exes in the same room would be enough to have me screaming or crying in the interrogation room. It's worth noting that Jordan did not put his hands on Angelique like she is claiming. In fact, it wasn't even Jordan who was begging to come over the night of his murder. It was Angelique begging him to come over. And the reason is more sinister than anything you're thinking.
You said that Darren unlocked the door. He's got key to your trailer still?
Yes,
okay. But he hasn't been living there?
No. But he does go there on his lunch break. He'll come in there and use the bathroom. And that dog, I don't know if you're the one I told about the dog.
No.
There's a German Shepherd. That's our dog. Well, it's his dog. He's been taking it, but we got it together for his birthday or whatever. But he lets the dog stay in there because he doesn't really have a place to live. And at his mom's, he can't have the dog. So he brings the dog to work with him. So he'll come in and out the trailer during lunchtime and stuff. But he hasn't been sleeping there, no.
Okay.
Well, I haven't been there the past 2 days. I just came back yesterday. I've been in Liberty with a friend. So if he has slept there, I wouldn't know. But I don't think he has.
Okay, but he's not supposed to be sleeping there yet?
No.
Okay, so they started fist fighting and you ran outside. So what happened after that?
I knew stuff was going to get bad.
Why did you know stuff was going to get bad?
They both don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously, we're in, I guess you could say, Duran's territory because, he was living there. So maybe he felt like he wasn't supposed to be there even though I let him come. Mm-hmm. They were yelling at each other. I don't know how nobody didn't hear. I just knew things were going to get ugly. I didn't think that nobody was going to get shot. I knew Duran had a gun on him. I just thought they were really going to have a really bad fist fight. Mm-hmm. And I don't like blood. I don't like any of that. I didn't even go in. I walked right inside, and as soon as I seen Jordan laying on the floor, I ran out of the trailer. I didn't see his face or any no. I can't. I'm not a blood person, so I ran out of the room because obviously they were punching the heck out of each other. Mm-hmm. And I ran behind the trailer, and I heard a gunshot. And I went to come right back around the trailer, and I thought I seen Jordan coming out of the trailer, but it was Duran coming out of the trailer. And he told me that he shot him, and he asked me if I was okay.
I'm sorry, Duran told you he shot him?
Jordan.
Jordan, okay.
He asked me if I was okay, and he did ask me if Jordan had, and I let him know he was trying to, but he didn't. You stopped him from doing that. And he gave me a hug, and he told me he loved me. Then he went back inside. But I was in the process of calling 911, when he was running outside already, because I already knew something happened. I heard the gunshot.
How many gunshots did you hear?
One.
Just one? And so you said he went back inside after he talked to you?
Yes.
Okay. What was the first for him going inside? Do you know?
I think he went to go see if he was alive because I asked him if he was dead.
And how long did he stay inside the trailer when he went back inside?
He just went in and he basically came right back out.
Okay. What did Duran do at that point?
We were waiting for the cops.
Okay.
And we seen y'all come, so I ran toward John. He just stood in the yard and waited.
Okay. Did you see anything that happened when the police got there?
No, I got in the back seat and I covered my ears. And I had to calm myself down.
Okay.
At the scene, Angelique was hyperventilating as arriving officers asked her questions. However, there was something peculiar about her answers in between gasps for breath. She was blaming the two boys for absolutely everything. Not only did she repeat the completely fabricated story that Jordan had touched her, but she claimed that Darren stormed in the house and that she believed he was highly intoxicated. What she's not telling detectives is something that they're going to find out the moment they look at her phone. Darren didn't storm in the house because when Jordan arrived, he was already inside.
Has there been any previous history between them with issues or anything?
They've never met.
What about between you and Jordan?
We haven't had any bad issues. He's not a bad guy. He's a really good guy. I think that he was intoxicated because he told me he was drinking before he came over. And he's not usually like that ever. I mean, he is touchy, but when I tell him no, he stops, and he was not letting up. Like, I really don't know what was going on.
So is that our first time occurrence?
First time that he's like tried to force me to do something, yes.
Okay. Why do you think Duran came into the trailer? Did he? I mean, was there any way for him to know what was going on, or was he just there because Jordan was there?
He does come in and out, not at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what he was. He might have been coming to not. He might have not known I was there, and may have been coming to sleep there. Because I did tell him I was in Liberty with my friend because I went and did a birthday party for my daughter because we couldn't be cordial and have a birthday party together because we just broke up and it was not good for us to see each other really. So I let him know that I was staying up there, so he might have thought I was still up there.
So when you went up to Liberty with your daughter for the birthday, how did you get there?
My friend came and got me.
Okay, so you didn't drive your car?
That car, the timing bill is out of it.
Okay. Does he know Jordan's car? The Mazda?
I don't think so.
Because it was parked right behind yours.
I don't think he knows his car. Like, I haven't told him what he drives.
Okay.
The old car, yeah, but he used to have a Buick, and I did tell him that because that's when we first got together.
But there wouldn't have been anybody else parking behind you?
No. I don't really have company. I leave.
So, in your opinion, what do you think Duran's purpose would have been coming into the trailer if he knew that Jordan was in the trailer with you?
He probably would have made him leave. You think
maybe if
he knew he was in there and we were just in there chilling, he probably would have made him leave. He's not he's not an abusive person at all. I think it was just in the midst of his mind, he really thought that Jordan was like at the moment. Because I was basically crying. I was asking him to stop, please, I don't want to do this right now. And I don't know if he heard me or not. I'm not going to say he did because, like I said, he opened the door and I was already in the bedroom. And there's an AC in the bedroom.
Were you being loud or just kind of moderately? Or
I wasn't screaming for help, no. But I was being pretty loud. I was trying to make it noticeable that I was not in the mood.
Okay. Did any other neighbors come outside?
No, until I was running to the police.
Okay. And I know we talked about this on scene, but I saw that you have a video camera above the door of your trailer. Does that work?
No, I unplugged it.
When did you unplug it?
About a month ago. Like when me and Duran stopped talking because he lived there for about 2 weeks before he actually moved out. Mm-hmm. And when we weren't together, I was sleeping on the couch and he was sleeping in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. I unplugged the camera so he couldn't see who I had come over or when I was home or any of that. Okay. I was being petty.
Okay. Did y'all? No, it happens with relationship breakups. Had you and Duran had any issues?
We've been being pretty content with each other for the sake of.
So no physical, no issues like that at all?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything you can think of? So, is there anything at all that I haven't asked you about that you think is important to get on record? Because I want to make sure that I get everything down that needs to be known.
Not that I can think of.
Well, we were in the interview. The time is 6:13 a.m.
At this point, Angelique likely thought her plan was working without a hitch. Little did she know, those pesky search warrants were underway. And they didn't just find a clue here and there. They found an entire murder plan, typed out and exchanged between Angelique and Darren. And look, I'm not encouraging anyone to break the law. But if you're going to in this day and age, you'd think you'd know not to send dozens of texts laying out your crime step by step. Just 24 hours later, detectives had Angelique back at the station.
We're here at the Crystal Beach substation on case number 21-00002515, which is a homicide that occurred in Crystal Beach on June the 12th of this year. So that's why we wanted to talk to you. Voluntarily, doors unlocked. Anytime you get tired of talking to us, you can get up and leave, okay?
You understand that you're not under arrest? You understand anytime you're done, you're free to leave, or if you don't want to answer something that we ask you, you don't have to. Just say, hey, I'm ready to go. The door's locked. You leave. Just want you to make sure that you know that you're here. And you came here voluntarily, is that correct? We asked you to come down? Okay. And you came down, saying no problems? Okay. With that being said, we want to talk to you about I didn't get the chance to speak to you last time, but Detective Rimmer did. And, we've continued on with the investigation, and there's some things that we need to verify with you, and he'll verify those things with you. So, you want her to recap on the events that night, or?
Yeah, kind of tell me again what happened that night.
I know this is hard.
Yeah, I've been trying not to think about it.
It's not an easy thing. It's a traumatic event. Nobody wants to go through that, and we get that. But this is the thing, Angelique. It's really important for us to get all the facts straight, all right, and make sure we have our ducks in a row, and we have everything is documented appropriately, and make sure we didn't overlook something. So, and a lot of times, when you go through something traumatic like that, and you talk to people, there may be things that you think of later on. So that's why we come back and revisit people that we talked to that night also. So, and that's why we're just asking, can you kind of go through your head or recap? What I mean by recap is what took place that you remember that night. If there's something else that you didn't say happened that night, now's the time to say it. And that way, we get all the facts straight when we're doing this. We take this job very seriously and these investigations very seriously, especially when somebody is dead, okay, or has been killed. So, with that being said, can you walk us through those events that night?
Jordan wanted to come over. It was really late at night. He said it's going to take 3 hours for the ferry. I told him, okay, whatever, he wanted to come. He called me whenever he was getting on the ferry. I waited. I fell asleep, and he texted me whenever he got there. He knocked on the door. When he came in, I was ready to lay down. He wanted to smoke, so I let him smoke. I tried to get him to lay down with me, and I think that he was drunk. I'm not 100% sure. He did tell me he wanted to go have drinks, but he was touchy with me. And I told him that I was ready to go to sleep. I was supposed to work the next morning.
Okay.
And we made our way to the room, and I remember Duran unlocking the front door, and he was going on, and he went to pull Jordan off of him, and Jordan swung on him, and they started fighting. I ran outside of the trailer. I was actually in between both of the in the back of the trailer, in between the trailers, and they were they were fighting, and Duran told him to get the F out, and I guess he didn't leave. I wasn't inside, and I don't know what was said between them two. I do remember hearing him scream at him for him to leave, and then I heard a gunshot, and I called 911, and while I was on the phone, Deron came outside, and he told me to call 911 that he had shot him, and then the police arrived. Well, they took a long time to come, but eventually they arrived. I never went back inside to see if he was alive or any of that. That's probably wrong of me.
No.
That's understandable.
Can you kind of, when you walk into, I made the scene that night, when you walk in the trailer, you walk into there's the kitchen, and then there's like a chair and a table, right?
Yeah, there's a table, and then there's a couch, and then the TV is in the back by the deep freezer.
And then there's the bedroom in the back. Okay. So where, you said y'all smoked, and I believe there was some marijuana on the table?
Yeah, we smoked at the table.
Okay. And then you said you were tired because you had to work the next morning?
And it was already like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. And you said something about going back to the bed. You went back to your bedroom by yourself, or?
No, he was walking me to the room.
Okay. So up until that point, there was nothing really physical or disagreements between you and Mr. Boxley?
Just that he was touchy, and I was not trying.
But y'all had an intimate relationship prior to,
yes,
in the past?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And you asked him to come over, or he asked you to come over?
No, he asked me to come over, and I told him that he could come over. Well, first I told him I didn't know, and then I told him that he could. But I told him he had to be gone by 7 because that's where Deron worked, was for the guy that owned the trailer park.
Okay.
You have to give Angelique some credit. She's good at sticking to her story, at least until detectives bring up the text messages she sent. The text messages that are sitting in a folder off to the side, which she continuously sneaks a glance at. Apparently, despite her inability to realize sending the texts were dumb, she is smart enough to know that a thick folder when you're being questioned by detectives is very, very bad.
I guess, how did Deron get there? What time did he get there? And
I don't know.
How did he open the door?
He has a key to the trailer.
Okay. And just so I'm correct, you and Deron were together, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because you know that.
It's about 2 weeks prior y'all had
It had been almost a month since we had been living.
Okay, so you were separated from
Yeah,
Deron.
he wasn't even living in the trailer.
Okay.
He just came there on his lunch break. I mean, he did come when he wanted to on his lunch break and stuff because we have a daughter together, so he would come there whenever he pleased.
Did y'all consider yourselves husband and wife?
Yeah, for a while.
So that night, did Deron text you or call you, say, I'm coming by, or? I mean, how did he just showed up? Or was that normal for him just to show up?
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not at 2 in the morning? Okay.
So you didn't know he was going to come by that night or that morning?
No. You okay? And thank you for talking to us. I know this is hard to have to go through this and kind of revision everything and walk through that whole thing. So, Mr. Boxley is walking you to the bedroom, and the trailer's not that big. So, was he on? Obviously, it's not enough room for both of y'all side by side. So
he was I was facing him and he was facing me. He was pushing me to the bedroom, basically.
Okay. And what was your response to that?
I just told him, can we lay down?
Okay. And then what did he say?
He was trying to kiss him. He wasn't saying anything. He was trying to kiss him.
Okay. Did you ask him to leave?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Is that normal behavior when he's around you?
No.
No.
No, usually he's a sweet person. He wasn't that person.
Okay.
But I do think that he may have been a little bit intoxicated.
Okay. All right.
So, I've got a couple questions for you. Okay? And before we start asking our questions, I notice you keep looking at the folders. You know what's in these, right? Every text message, every texting app, everything from both of y'all's phones. So you know that we know what occurred. We have the text message of you offering to set him up. I can show you the text message. I understand that you, and I understand that, but you set him up. You knew that Duran was going to come over, and you knew that you told me that night you knew they didn't get along, that they were squabbling, but you knew Duran was coming over. Yeah, and you knew Duran was coming over to take care of it. So actually, he said handle it, so that y'all could be a family. But Duran's messages all to you said he had to be dead, and I can show them to you if you want. I'm sure you remember them. Okay, and
Try not to remember
that. But we have to get to the bottom of what happened. And now's the time that we're offering you to
give
tell
the
your
truth.
story, the actual truth. Because we've got a lot. We've got more than enough.
And that's no bluff.
But we didn't come knock down your door with a warrant. We did come to ask you to tell us everything that happened without leaving anything out.
And if I don't talk, I'm going to go to jail.
I can't make you any promises either way, but let me draw you a picture, okay? And I'm not trying to be. I got 4 kids. I couldn't imagine being separated for them. You understand that murder carries a life sentence. Life in Texas is a minimum of 40 years. That means your baby will be 43 years old before you get out of prison if you get a life sentence for this murder.
Angelique, we're looking for the truth, and I know you're not a bad person. I think you've made some poor decisions and may not have been out of love for Duran. I don't know, but like Detective Rimmer said, we didn't come just to arrest you. We came to get your side of things, and we want to give you that opportunity to provide what all took place and what was said. And yes, we're going to have to show you the text messages because we want you to verify. All right, so from the beginning, now,
They were
tell us.
supposed to fight. Duran really wanted me to stab him, not kill him. He just wanted me to make him not no more, basically. He just wanted me to show Jordan that I wasn't. I told him before, but he doesn't listen. Just that I'm not him like that no more. And I didn't want to do it. I was scared. So Duran said that he would confront him. So Duran was inside the trailer.
Where was he at?
He was in the bathroom. And he told me to have Jordan facing the opposite way as him so that he didn't see him come out of the bathroom. And when he came out of the bathroom, he confronted him. And they started fighting, so I ran out of the trailer. And he wasn't supposed to shoot him.
You told me that night you knew that Duran had his gun.
He always had, he never goes without it. So it wasn't like not normal. He always has it.
How does he usually carry it?
He carries it on his waist.
Just stuck in his pants or in
No,
a
he
holster?
usually has a holster.
But he didn't have his holster. His
I
holster
don't
was in his
know.
car.
I don't know about the holster, but I know that he usually keeps it in his pants. He don't always, I don't know what he was wearing, but he can wear it right there without a holster. He has before.
Okay.
But he didn't have it in his hands or any of that whenever he came out of the bathroom. I will promise you that.
So what time that night of the murder, what time did Duran arrive at your trailer, or y'all's trailer?
I don't know. It was like an hour before.
Okay. What happened when Duran got there?
He wanted to wait for Jordan to get there. So he sat on the couch and waited.
And how did he know Duran was gonna? How did Duran know that Boxley was gonna come over?
He told me. Well, I had told him that Jordan asked to come over because I was trying to get Duran to come home. And then he told me that he wasn't coming, and if I was still talking to Jordan and all types of other stuff.
So Duran's there, and how does Jordan get there? Jordan Boxley gets to your place.
He drove, and then he told me he was outside, and I opened the door and I let him in.
Jordan was just 25 years old when his life was snatched away for absolutely no reason, in one of the many off periods in Angelique and Darren's on-again, off-again relationship. The two had begun casually seeing one another. When Angelique begged Darren to get back with her, he agreed, but under one condition. She had to prove her loyalty by catching a body. If you don't speak street, that's murdering someone. Instead, she opted Jordan up on a silver platter for Darren to kill, and she tried very, very hard to get Jordan there.
How did Jordan know to come?
He asked me to come over. He asked if he could come over. Then I told him to come over, I guess.
Okay. And then
When he was on his way, he waited in the ferry for about 3 hours.
okay, and then
Did Jordan try to not come over that night? Tell you it was too late?
Yes.
Why did you keep telling him to come if it was too late?
I told him to. But he was. No, I understand.
No,
No,
we're trying.
to understand.
We're trying to understand.
They're not. Neither one of them are bad people. It's just. It's my fault. I should have left both of them alone.
so Duran comes over. You don't know what time.
I don't remember what time.
Okay. And he's waiting in the trailer while you're texting Jordan to come over. Okay. How do you know when Jordan's there?
He told me he was outside.
Okay, and then where was Duran at?
He went in the bathroom.
He went to the bathroom. Did he lock the bathroom door?
No.
No.
Why did he need you to open the bathroom door?
Because I was scared. He just asked me to open the bathroom door, and I opened it, and he didn't even come out of the bathroom.
What do you mean he didn't come out of the bathroom?
Like, I swung the door open thinking that he was about to go out and confront him, and he didn't. He stayed in the bathroom. So I closed the door back, and I went back in there, and I let Jordan finish his blunt, and I guess he got impatient. I don't know. Then Duran came out of the bathroom.
And what was said when he came out of the bathroom?
He said, what's up? Do you want to talk all that shit now? And Jordan stood up, and they started fighting, and I ran out of the trailer.
What happened when you ran out of the trailer?
I heard them stumbling around. I heard both of them. I heard Duran say, "Now talk all that shit now." And then he was like, "Okay, you can go," like telling him to leave. And Jordan said, "F you," and they were fighting. Like, I couldn't hear everything they were saying.
How many gunshots did you hear? One? What happened after you heard the gunshot?
I called 911. And like a few moments later, Duran was coming out of the door to tell me to call 911.
Okay. What else did Duran say to you?
He asked me if I'm okay.
And what did you say? What was going through your
I
mind?
was scared that we were both about to lose our, that we were both about to go to jail. That's what was going through my mind, that my daughter was about to lose both her parents. After I told him I didn't want to do it no more, that I was scared, even though I didn't even know this was going to happen. They were supposed to fight. Like, he was not going to kill him. I know what the text messages say. I don't think he's not.
Let's look at it first.
I don't want to.
Well, let's just look at a couple of them, okay? Because I have a hard time with, I understand that you may not have intended for him to die, but you knew what Daron wanted. On the
It's my
Daron,
baby's birthday.
you said, what can I do to have you back in my life? It has to be something. And he said, catch a body. And you asked him if he was going to be the shooter. Later on, when y'all are talking, he tells you he'll kill for his family. There's no starting over until you take care of that problem. And he said, I'm not going to kill anybody, I'll set him up.
Not to die, though.
But you knew he was talking about a body and about him dying and about y'all can't continue as long as he was alive. He said those specific words, right? Okay. And I'm not saying that I think that you meant for him to die, but that back of your heart, you know what Daron wanted, right?
And what did Daron want?
He wanted me to stop talking to Jordan, but he wanted him gone.
Gone like how? Talks about you stabbing him.
No, not. He told me on there. He said I didn't have to kill him if y'all read the messages for the stabbing part, but that's not me. I'm not.
I understand.
You tried to set him up on the 9th on your daughter's birthday. And he couldn't come over. He was doing stuff with his mama, you said? And then you said he wanted to chill with me, said his mama was tripping.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. And then you told him Friday. And that's the day that you set him up. And that's the day Boxley came over to your house. And all of this happened. It was on that Friday.
Tragically, the 12th wasn't Angelique and Darren's first attempt at taking Jordan's life, despite Angelique's insistence that she didn't think he was going to get murdered. But when there are texts about knives, guns, and catching a body, well, she's not fooling anyone. But wait until you hear what she used to fool Jordan into coming over, because it's as cold and callous as can be.
On that Friday, you texted Boxley and asked him to come over. Correct? I need you to answer me out loud. I'm sorry. It's on video and I'm kind of sitting in front of you. Okay. No, you're all right. I just want to make sure it's all clear. He asked if he can spend the night, and you told him yes. But you told me that night you specifically told him he couldn't.
Sir, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that too.
The thing is, and I'm sure you've always heard, when you tell the truth, there's a lot less trouble coming your way than when you lie and try to hide something, especially something this big. I mean, you got to know, this is about as big as it can get, right? So he's tripping. A couple times he tells you, he said he was thinking about it right now because he had to work at 7 o'clock the next morning. And you told him to come on. Told him later, if you're going to bed now, I can let me know so I can go home. He said, no, I'm up. Later he says, are you going to stay up? Because he said it's 3 more hours. I can come another day. I'm down to wait. You told him, come on. I'm good. I'm up chilling. You told me that he entered with a key, but we know he was waiting inside, right? Okay. You told me that Daron didn't know you were coming home that day because you were supposed to be in Liberty, which is true. You were supposed to be in Liberty, but on the 11th, on that Friday,
I came home.
you texted Daron, told him you were on your way home, so he knew you were back.
Yes, sir.
Angelique, what you told Detective Rimmer that night, was that true or was that a lie?
It was a lie.
What you told us today, is that true or is that a lie?
beginning was a lie. It's on video, but you got the truth out of me, yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Looking back and looking at everything, had you not called Jordan Boxley and invited him over, would he still be alive today?
Yeah.
This could have been prevented, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But instead somebody lost their life.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you why you called knowing that Duran was waiting for him inside? He was basically ambushed. He had no idea.
Yes, me too, so I did.
You love Duran?
This is a person's life, though.
I didn't know he was gonna kill him, I swear. I know he talked about, but he's not about what he talks about ever.
This time he was.
Would you agree people do crazy things for love? Yeah. And you just never know what a person's really thinking or feeling. How has this affected you? Because knowing that you knew the truth.
I've been scared. I feel bad.
What's going through your mind right now?
That I told him I didn't want to do it multiple times. And he's persistent.
Have you talked to Duran since that, when he got out of jail?
His mom won't let me.
You understand, and I understand what you're saying. I do. But there's a point where you have to say, this is a really bad idea, I shouldn't do this. But all of the messages that we've got all point to you being 100% in agreement with him. There's nothing in there, and trust me, I looked. I read through all those thousands of messages looking for anything from you that might show that you were under duress, that he was forcing you. I didn't find that. I wanted to find that, but I didn't find that. You understand also that Duran got on a $150,000 bond, and his mom and daddy got him an expensive lawyer to try to beat this.
Don't adjust your speakers, you heard that right. Darren was held on a single charge of murder, but was released after his family posted a $150,000 bond. Part of the reason why he got off so easily was because, well, obviously, his family isn't struggling in the financial department, but also because while Angelique's interrogations totaled close to an hour, his lasted under 2 minutes.
And we are here at the Crystal Beach substation, Crystal Beach, Texas, on Galveston County case number 21-00002515. It's an incident that happened over here in Crystal Beach this morning. Duran, like I told you, you are here as a suspect. So I have to go over the advisement of rights form with you before me and you can talk. And then if you want to give me a statement and tell me what happened, I'd love to hear your side of the story and tell me what happened in there. Okay? All right. So the first line is...
Do I have to sign this?
Yeah.
No, I did definitely want to avoid if I have to
Okay.
sign something right now.
Yeah,
I'm not signing anything right now.
Everything has to be signed legally, you know. Every legal do.
Before I sign this.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is.
All
Sorry,
right.
I didn't have to sign something before I even talked to you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just saying that we read you your rights.
I hadn't read your rights.
It's what we do when we go through the form.
No.
And after I read you your rights, then you have to sign the form if you want to talk to me.
I don't want to sign anything right now.
Okay.
I thought we were just
All right.
talking. I didn't want to sign
We will end the interview. Time is 6:34.
Which is precisely why detectives are eager to pit her against the ex-boyfriend who she was willing to kill for.
I know that your family can't afford that bond, and they can't afford that lawyer. I want to give you the chance to take care of yourself. You can't worry about taking care of him. You got to worry about taking care of yourself and that baby. That's exactly right. That baby needs to be your prime focus, and to take care of her, you've got to minimize as best you can the amount of time that you have to do so that you can come back and help her grow up, watch her grow up, and help her grow into a young lady.
Were you inside the trailer when Duran shot Jordan?
No, sir. I think I would be way more traumatized than I am if I was inside.
Did you ever go back inside after the shooting?
I walked around the trailer and I looked in the door and I seen his body laying on the ground, so I didn't go inside.
Do you remember when they put the bags on your hands?
The bags. Oh, to
Okay.
see if I had gun
Yeah.
residue, I told the lady that I had Duran's phone in my hand, so there probably was gun residue on my hand. And she said they were expecting it to be on my hands. I took his phone. The cops got his phone from me. I was on the phone with his mom after he called her.
Okay.
So that's how it got on my hands, if you're curious.
Again, is everything you tell us true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that the absolute truth this time?
Yes, sir.
Like Lieutenant Villarreal said, this is your one and only. This is your last chance to give us everything, and that's what we're trying to get from you as a complete story. If there is anything that we need to know, or we haven't asked you about that's important, now's the time to tell us. Because later, it's all a moot point. Now's the time to come forward and give us everything.
That is what I hid, that he was inside of the trailer when it happened.
And that you called Jordan to come over. And basically, you set him up to come over.
Yes, sir.
And we can't make you any promises, and we're not making any promises.
No.
But it's important that you told us the truth, because when we call and we're making these decisions, it's good to know that we're giving them the full truth this time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right? If you had to do it all over again, would you do it differently?
I would have just let Duran go. I wouldn't have been with him no more.
If you had something to say to the family, Jordan's family, now, what would you say?
Sorry. I really am sorry.
All right, so we will end the interview. The time is 1:46 p.m.
Cut that one off.
Sorry about that.
Ultimately, both Darren and Angelique pleaded guilty, but received different sentences for their involvement. Despite Darren's expensive lawyers, he ended up pleading guilty to murder and landing himself in prison for 40 years. Angelique pleaded guilty to the same charge, but earned herself 27 years behind bars. By the time she is out of prison, her daughter will be older than she was at the time of her interrogation. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.